Hi, I'm Michael. I'm the rabbi at Hillel at the University of Rochester. Sometimes when the Torah wants to show us extremes, polar opposites, it will use twins, two people who are born at the same time. Surely they're born with the same potential, and yet they have two entirely different moral compasses, two entirely different ways of behaving and acting in the world. It's as if the Torah is answering a question. So what then is the question? The question is one that we're plagued with, that humanity has been plagued with throughout time. Where does evil come from? What is the role that it plays in our lives, in the world? How do we deal with it? So this week, Parashat Toldot, we learn about the twins Jacob and Esau, who were born to Rebekah and to Isaac. Jacob, we're told, represents good. His rival, his twin Esau, represents evil. Now we know that evil is a problem. It's not just in people's imaginations, and it's not just in history. This week in Jerusalem, as people gathered to pray on Monday morning at a synagogue in the suburban Jerusalem, terrorists burst through the door, armed with guns, knives, and butcher cleavers. They killed 4 Jews praying, wrapped in prayer shawls and talitot, wearing tefillin, went on to injure 6 others, and then killed an Arab policeman who rushed to the scene of terror. As if this wasn't awful enough, there were people who, upon hearing this news, cheered. The faces, the photos of these villains, of these criminals, of these murderers were held up on posters as heroes all of this week. The danger in living in a world of violence, the danger of living in a world where we have to protect ourselves, is not just that we stand to become victims of violence ourselves, is not just that we perpetrate violence on others sometimes because we try to stay alive. The danger is also, as Rabbi Daniel Hartman points out this week, that we are increasingly facing a loss of humanity, a loss of our own humanity, a loss of our capacity to behave with the moral compass and certainty that we would like to when in times we have to take up arms, and also the loss of our ability to see humanity in the other. And certainly at a time like this, it's very hard. It's very hard to hold on to hope when the other becomes blurry, when all the fragments and nuances of the other seem to fade away and we understand the other as one single monolithic voice. When I was traveling in Israel this last summer, I saw some graffiti on the wall and took a photograph of it. Yehudim v'Aravim mesarvim lihiyot oyavim. Jews and Arabs refuse to be enemies. Does this apply to every Jew and to every Arab? Well, of course not. Of course not. But this graffiti on a wall is a reminder of a hope of a world that is better than one in which we are the last one standing because we've won the battle. It's a reminder of a hope of a world where we find a partner who's not the same as us and has different needs of us, who is willing to make compromises and painful sacrifices because we're willing to do the same thing too. A partner who is more committed to the future of their own children than to killing us. We have to hold on to this hope. We have to hold on to finding a world that is better than the one that we're living now, and not just finding it, but making it happen ourselves, by holding on to the hope, by holding on to the moral compass, by knowing exactly who we are and who we need to be and how we need to operate in this world. Shabbat Shalom.